So I know we've kind of really gone way off topic. That's okay.
Whatever.
I'm curious, with your experience as in the military, and now now you're a truck driver, you've got kids, you've got a husband. How do you juggle?
Well, gosh, I guess the way all the men have been juggling it for the last several centuries, you just do it. I was in the Army, active duty, and then had a platoon romance. Just go right into this one, and and then I tell people I got promoted to wife and mommy, and so I was an Army wife, and I had a unique perspective because I kind of knew exactly what I was getting into.
Right.
My husband did another several years in the military before he got medically retired from combat injuries. And how do I do it? I just do it. Get up every day and I do my job. And I'm fortunate that my husband, like I said, he's retired, so he's able to be at home with the kids, which has been great with the COVID and the distance learning and things like that. But I feel really fortunate now that we've got all this technology. I could FaceTime with my kids every day if I want.
Oh, true.
And, I mean, there's all kinds of ways to communicate now, the phone and text messaging and all that. And so it's really, you just get up and you do what you got to do. And, actually one of the big pushes for me to go back and get a job, we found a really good school for my kids to go to.
Oh.
And so that hiked our bills up a little bit, but so everything worked out really well. And I just I love this job. It's great. I love the traveling and I can bring my kids out one at a time,
which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Have they been on the truck?
They have.
What do they think?
Yeah. They love it. It's cool. They love climbing up on that top bunk. That's like their thing. That's my top bunk. And
that's awesome.
And just getting to see some sights. And we've traveled around the country and visited family and friends. And in the military, you make friends and everybody moves away, and so then you end up having friends in all parts of the world and all over the country, and so that's fun to call somebody up like, hey, I'm rolling through Kansas tomorrow. What are you doing? And so then you can take a 45-minute break and hang out with your friends, and
which is awesome.
Yeah, it's really wonderful, and of course, I mean, where else are you going to see all the scenery all over the country in just a few days? And
true.
So that's been really a blessing, and
awesome.
It's a great perk of the job.
So
I actually have a question for you regarding, so you 4 years in the Army.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service first and foremost.
Keep freedom alive, man.
So when you served the 4 years, you're out of the military now. You're transitioning back into civilian life.
Yeah.
You decide to get into trucking.
Yeah.
How hard is it now knowing that you've served the 4 years, you're at home, and now you're traveling all over the country? Is it hard for you as a mom to know that if you've missed any time with the children growing up, that you've not been there, and then to have to go out now and FaceTime with your kids? I mean, how do you juggle that for people out there wondering how, if they would like to get into trucking, how you made it and what advice you could give other moms and people out there? Well,
like I said, you can keep in touch. You can keep in touch every day. So it is difficult. I mean, I actually, it was a little harder on me than my kids. I kept asking them, the days were coming where I was going to, start being on the road. And I kept asking my 14-year-old daughter, I'm like, you guys going to be okay? I'm going to be gone, everything. And I kept asking. And she finally was like, Mom, we're going to be fine. Are you going to be okay being away from us? And then I had to realize, like, okay, this is really harder for me than for them. But, children are resilient.
Sure.
They are. They can, we need to give them a little more credit. I mean, they can handle it,
Sure.
you know, and you know, I guess my advice would be continue to communicate every day as much as you can. Ask about what's going on in their lives. Follow up about, you know, situations going on in their lives. You know, how was the game and how's it going? You know, specific questions and listen. And then when you do get home, then make it quality time.
Right.
You know.
So that's one of the things I want to ask you.
Yeah.
So a typical driver,
Yeah.
you spend a week, 2 weeks, you come home, you've got a day or two.
Yeah.
You're in the mentality of crazy cars, customers, life happens out all over the country, and you're having to go back in and flip the switch just to be a mom and catch up on all the stories, the homework, the sports, the recitals.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Patience and grace.
Yeah. You just, like I said, you got to focus on quality time and really give them your attention when you're home and be a good listener. Listening is a skill, you know, and that
True
you have
statement.
to, and it's not just, you know, sound going into your ear. It's, you know, eye contact and engaging in the conversation and of course, you know, being there for what you can. You know, once again, my kids are military kids. Like, this has been their whole life that one parent is gone hard at work and the other one's holding things down at home. That's all my kids have ever known.
Right.
So, you know, this wasn't a transition for them. Just the transition was mom's gone now instead of dad. But I guess, like I said, kids are resilient, you know. I mean, everything's new for kids, right? And their normal is their normal, and, you know, they'll be okay. They'll be all right. And, you know, just make your time count when you're home, and the kids are going to be okay.
Thank you for watching that clip. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more clips like that, please click here.
Or if you'd like to check out a full episode, click here.
And don't forget to subscribe to us on
YouTube.